So, bald man speaking here. But I wanted to let y'all know that I'm gonna do this a little differently this time. I know I had said in the original Transformers review, where I went over all the movies, that I was going to do a review of all the TV shows in one video. I don't think I can do that. Now thinking about it, because that one was tough for me, and it felt like I was rushing that video a little bit. Now that doesn't mean I being like lazy with it or I wasn't trying my best, but I definitely rushed at times, and I don't really want to do that, especially when it comes to TV shows. Because I think if I try to rush through a TV show or only watch one season of it and then do a review, it would just feel half-assed. So for the sake of not feeling like I have to rush, I've decided to do it one at a time. And I just think it would be better for myself if I did that. I also admittedly want to talk about other things as well besides Transformers, so that is what I have decided to do. I know that some of you might be disappointed about that. Some people will say I'm lying, which is true, but I just feel like it would be better off if I decide to just do it that way instead of just trying to rush. With that being said, though, I will be reviewing Transformers Prime. There's a lot to say about this TV show. I think one of the main things is one of the producers, Jeff Klein. The reason why I'm mentioning him specifically is because he created another show called G.I. Joe Renegades. Underrated animated series. Super underrated. I heavily suggest anyone watch that series. It is freaking great. Anyways, this TV show is it was a I don't know. It wasn't that big of part of my childhood, but I remember it so well. I even remember having the toy at one point. It was from season three. Spoilers, but it was Optimus Prime in his season three form. Again, not gonna spoil anything, but at least for right now. Also, I will try not to spoil too much of the show unless it's relevant to the review. So be warned, because I will try not to spoil anything. But if I do apologize immensely, because this is a very great animated show. I If you are a Transformers fan or someone trying to get into Transformers, this is the show I would recommend. It's made back in 2010, ran on from then to 2013. It was an incredible show, and one of the things that I liked most about it is the designs. I think the designs for all the Transformers was incredible. From Optimus to Ratchet, Bulkhead, RC, Bumblebee, and some other Transformers that get introduced, the Decepticons as well. All of them look incredible. It's a perfect balance between a more cartoon look with the G1 combined with something like from Michael Bay films. It's a perfect balance between this alien looking machine with the soft cartoon look that you would expect from Transformers. It's just a beautiful combination, especially the RC design. They did a redesign from her original cartoon, which looks incredible, by the way. I have to point that out. It looks amazing. I also would like to point out the human characters. I enjoy the human characters in this show. I think they're some of the best human characters I've seen by far in Transformers. And it's refreshing to go from the human characters we see in the movies versus what we see in the show. Because they remind me a lot of the human characters from Bumblebee, but better in almost every way. Raph, Miku, Jack, Jack's mom June, and Agent Fowler, they all just have their own unique personalities and offer something fresh and unique and special to Transformers that I don't think I haven't seen. You don't see very much in Transformers, at least from what I've experienced from the movies. Again, I'm speaking very biased because I grew up on this show. They're all unique and they don't feel generic either. Like, one of the problems that I had with the movies is that all the human characters felt like generic action heroes at times. Whereas with this, I don't have that same feeling at all. They feel special. They offer something different. They all offer their own unique talents that I think not only help the Autobots, but I think also progress the show in a way that I feel makes sense. Again, just incredible human characters. They all offer their own unique talents and personalities, and just overall, I enjoy them immensely. And to add on to the Autobots, besides their designs, I think they all fit their roles really well. Optimus Prime, he's more of like a warrior in this, but he's not like a sadist like in the Michael Bay films. Again, I don't mean to speak ill of those films. I just don't think they're the best representation of Transformers. Whereas Optimus Prime in this, despite him being a warrior, he feels gentle. Like, he feels more of like a gentle giant. He feels like a humble peacekeeper, like a warrior trying to find a peaceful solution, which is what Optimus is supposed to be. But we've kind of lost that in the movies. He doesn't feel that way at all. But here he feels great. Pause. Just his whole personality, everything about him is just incredible. Ratchet, also incredible. I like the grumpy attitude that he has throughout the show. Kind of like, he kind of has like this tsundere type of vibe to him. Not really, kind of, sort of, but it feels like it makes sense here. Bulkhead, lovable, strong man, Bumblebee. This is probably my favorite version of Bumblebee. I just really love the Bumblebee, the design, how he speaks. It's incredible. RC2, it's just, I love RC's dynamic with Jack throughout the show. I think they both bounce off of each other really well. And I think besides like the Autobots, I think she bounces off the best off of Jack, which I think is just an incredible part of the show. As for the story itself, the story as it goes along is very good. We also get introduced to some new Autobots. First season we get Wheeljack. Second season we get Smokescreen, who also, again, this show is just incredible. The Decepticons too. The Decepticons, bro, so freaking good. I love them. Okay, especially Megatron. Megatron is he looks cartoonish, but he looks menacing. He's probably the most menacing Megatron I've seen so far in Transformers. He just looks like a murderous psycho. He looks like he'll kill you without a second thought, and I like that. That is what Megatron is supposed to be. Along with the other ones, Soundwave, freaking love Soundwave in this. He's incredible too. Starscream is what you expect, but he's very funny throughout the show. He's got this voice, kind of like this second flamboyancy to him. Only second because Knockout's up there too as well. It's just, there's just so much to love about this show, and it's almost hard for me to talk about it because there's so much to like. The story from season 1 all the way till season 3, and then we get up to the movies and the Predacons too. The Predacons, they look incredible. Predaking, he turns into a dragon, freaking badass. The most badass shit you'll ever see. God, I don't mean to be a glaze, but this is just, it's beautiful, man. It's just, if you are a Transformers fan, you need to watch Transformers Prime. You have to. You cannot call Look, I don't mean to sound like a gatekeeper, sound like an asshole, or say you have to watch it, but I'm gonna be honest, you gotta watch Transformers Prime. You have to. It's not even a question. Even if it's just the first season, I would recommend watching this because it has some of my favorite versions of the Transformers designs, some of my favorite storylines, and the very end in the movie Predacons Rising has one of the best endings in Transformers I've ever seen, especially with Megatron. Never would I have expected Megatron to turn out like that. Ever. And it's beautiful, and it just makes sense with the story that we've seen from season 1 up until that point. Again, I don't mean to ramble on and on with this show, but if you have not watched it, you need to watch it, because Transformers Prime is peak. With that being said, this is Astra. See you in the next review. Hopefully, it's more Transformers. If not, I got some other stuff on the way. I also plan to watch 2 movies in a row tomorrow, which I might make reviews on, especially considering they're very new. So, stay tuned for that. And with that being said, this is the Transformers Prime review.